What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What is of more concern to you right now economically? Providing stimulus checks, maybe those $2,000 fourth checks we had heard of, gas stimulus checks, which we're hearing are currently proposed, getting child tax credits, wiping out student loan debt provisions to help out people with direct payments and assistance at this time. Or are you more concerned with inflation, increased grocery prices, gas prices? All across the board, we're seeing things are going up, and the Federal Reserve is announcing they're going to be increasing interest rates. Tomorrow is a huge announcement coming from the Federal Reserve. Which of these do you think is more important at this time? Well, take a look at the headlines coming out, you guys. This is your stimulus check update, stimulus package update, and breaking news update. Biden sees no evil on inflation and other commentary, saying that he's not concerned with the rising costs of goods across the board, and he is not concerned with inflation, and more so is feeling more stimulus provisions are going to be needed at this time. President Biden wants to ignore inflation. Another headline just coming out, and here's one we're going to be taking a look at, an opinion piece. Let me know if you agree with it, guys. Joe Biden is making Americans poorer. They're saying all the stimulus that has gone out, everything that's taking place, and the way they're addressing everything that's unfolding in our nation, well, it's causing America to be poorer. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, we've also heard them say that this is Putin's inflation. We've heard people say, no, this is Biden's inflation. But we are seeing inflation across the globe, just not in the United States alone, but everywhere. And they're saying, though, that contributing to this, it's not helping, is passing all of these stimulus provisions. And this is also the concern of a lot of moderates, conservatives, and Republicans in Congress. That is why Senator Joe Manchin has said that he is currently not on board for the Build Back Better bill for more child tax credits or stimulus provisions at this time. Now, we will see what's going to be unfolding because, as I've mentioned to you, this is a midterm election year, and Democrats, progressives, want to stay in control, and they're saying that they're going to be doing this by helping out people at this time and reminding them that they're going to help them right before the midterm elections. So we will see, you guys, but if they don't get something done right away, we're hearing it's very likely Democrats are going to be losing control, and it's not going to be good for President Joe Biden, who has one of the lowest approval ratings we have ever seen of any president this far. So you guys, I'm going to dive into this opinion piece, let you know the latest, but also wanted to mention, check out the second channel, Steve Ram Finance. And if you're interested in learning about growing wealth, personal finance, consider joining. I'll pin a comment down below. Click the link, go subscribe. Just uploaded a highly requested video with content on crypto, when it's going to be taking off, how high it's going to be going, what are the strongest buys at this time for those interested. Also, I have content on there about advice I received years ago from a multimillionaire on the 3 things to invest in to help create financial freedom. I took his advice, did what he said, and it worked. So hopefully those videos on that channel will be a blessing to you. If you're interested, check it out. But right now, let's dive into the latest coming out and let me know. Are you team inflation or are you team stimulus checks or anti-inflation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But let's dive right in. And before we do me a quick favor. Smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Helps me out a ton. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments. Love to hear your thoughts on all this. This is definitely going to be impacting all of us. Share this out if you think it's going to help out other people. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, totally free. Come join the Ram fam. Why not? All you got to do is smash the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. If you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. Best way to get a hold of me by far. And with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, you guys, so link in the description below to this opinion piece if you'd like to read it for yourself. Now, it is going to be making the argument that stimulus has caused these record high inflation. Let me know if you agree what they're going to be saying. They're going to be giving data and statistics about what's unfolding, and they're saying that it needs to stop because things are going to be continuing to get worse. Now, take a look, you guys. This article says that Americans are getting poorer by the day, and they can thank President Joe Biden for that. Too harsh? Not at all. Stock markets are crashing, costing Americans trillions of dollars, and home prices will likely follow as well. And they're suggesting that the Federal Reserve, which is going to be announcing tomorrow an increase of interest rates, will cause mortgage rates to increase, which we're hearing will devalue the prices of homes. So we'll likely see those start coming down as well. All of this is happening even though our economy remains essentially strong, according to the Biden administration. Why the disconnect? Well, Americans are worried about inflation. and don't think the Biden administration can fix it without plunging our economy into a recession. As we had heard, the Federal Reserve said they want to do a soft landing by gradually and slowly increasing interest rates, but we're hearing they're likely going to need to increase it more, and the likelihood of a soft landing is becoming less likely. Now, it says, with the president still hawking for even more government spending, higher business taxes, and increased regulations, all of which will drive prices higher. And why would they? Well, almost from the start, Americans knew that the Biden's policies were wrong for the country. From the second quarter of Biden's presidency, consumer sentiment was trending sharply lower, even as jobs were plentiful and consumers were flush with cash. The University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index stood at 88.3 in April of 2021, and today has dropped down to 59.4, one of the lowest levels since 1980 when the data was first collected. A reading for sure completely out of kilter with a 3.6% unemployment rate. Now, according to Real Clear Politics, average in polls, only 38% of the nation approves of the Biden administration's management of our economy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Wow. Now, first, the facts. The economy shrank by an annualized rate of 1.4% in the first quarter. That's right, you guys. We have seen a decrease in GDP at the beginning of this year. That is the first quarter. Now, in order for us to officially be in a recession, we must have 2 straight quarters of receding GDP. So far we are at 1 right now. Not because consumers stopped spending, but mainly because we had a big jump in our trade imbalance. Imports surged by nearly 18% on an annualized basis, while exports fell. Economists at ISI Evercore estimate a blowout in the trade gap, crippling the GDP growth in the quarter by 3.2%. So in effect, the import increase and the drop in GDP was yet another indication that the U.S. consumers are spending like crazy, according to Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan Chase, who said recently that Americans are flush with cash, and he is right. Now, ironically, that is part of the problem. Listen to this, you guys. Let me know your thoughts. Consumers in the U.S. received generous payouts from the federal government as both President Trump and Biden stepped in to offset the short-lived but severe impacts of the pandemic-induced shutdowns. Pandemic-related relief programs helped the economy bounce back fast, but so fast that by the time that Biden entered the Oval Office, GDP was growing at a better than 6% rate and job gains were surging. Unhappily, the Biden administration could not leave well enough alone, and with the Democratic-only votes through the process of reconciliation, they soon passed the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan, or the ARP. That bill poured gasoline on a roaring economy that was already underway, pumping up consumer incomes and spendings, even as manufacturers and retailers struggled to meet the demand. Now, in addition to hyping up spending, the ARP allowed millions to stay at home, take advantage of $1,400 relief or stimulus checks, increasing unemployment benefits, rent moratoriums, expanding food stamps, and other benefits. As inflation heated up month to month, Biden, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, and the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell chirped optimistically that price increases were transitory and nothing to worry about. Consumers, though, knew better. They knew that the cost of everything, gasoline, food, cars, it was all going up. So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you agree with this opinion piece that all of the stimulus, it has been out of control and has caused this record high inflation, and the Biden administration continuing on what was started to help out the pandemic has actually caused a major hurt on the economy? Or do you disagree? Do you feel like it's a combination of an assortment of different things and stimulus provisions has not been the main contributing factor and more stimulus might be needed? Now, reading on in this article, it says that they're glad that they did not pass the Build Back Better bill, which in actuality would have been an additional $5 trillion of spending. And they're saying the Federal Reserve has announced that they think it's very unlikely that we're going to have a soft landing, that we're likely going to be going into a recession as they're going to have to crank up those interest rates to combat with this inflation. Now, we will see, you guys, but word on the street right now in Congress is they are going to be getting ready to ramp up with more bills, more stimulus provisions, and whatever doesn't make it through legislation, Biden is preparing to do executive orders. And if you missed my last video on that, we're hearing the first of many is likely on the way, for student loan forgiveness being the first of many. So we will see, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, but that is the latest coming out, that prepare, because if inflation is being caused by stimulus, More stimulus is on the way. I will keep you up to date here on the channel, you guys, but that is the latest. And as always, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, take a quick second, smash the like button if you appreciate the updates, keeping you up to speed on everything going on. Leave your comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Share this out if you think it's going to help out other people. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, totally free, why not? Come join the Ram fam. I'll keep you up to speed on everything going on. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, consider joining the second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. And if you had any specific questions for me, I'm easy to get a hold of directly, and I'll help answer any questions that you might have. Just hop onto Instagram, shoot me a DM at SteveRam3. But with that being said, you guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.